Lawmakers are taking action following a Project Baltimore investigation that found a 15-year-old rapist taking classes inside a Maryland public school.
As Project Baltimore's Chris Papps explains, legislators have just over 2 months to pass a law to prevent it from happening again.
In 2024, there are not many political issues that unite Republicans and Democrats.
Tonight, the mother of a rape victim has come forward with a terrifying warning for parents.
But this recent Project Baltimore investigation is prompting outrage on both sides of the aisle.
I was sickened, I was angered, I was disgusted.
Delegate Nino Mangione is a Republican from Baltimore County. Democrat Bill Ferguson is the Senate president from Baltimore City.
As a parent, as any parent, immediately it was a sense of horror and hard to understand.
Two lawmakers with strong reactions when Project Baltimore first reported that a rapist was taking classes inside Patterson High School in Baltimore City. The student is 15 years old. In late December, he entered a plea to second-degree rape in Harford County. At the same time, FOX45 discovered he was facing an additional second-degree rape charge from an alleged 2022 incident in Baltimore County. Yet, in January, after winter break, he was back in a city school. And because he's a juvenile, the district could not legally alert other students or their parents.
I think this is probably the single most important thing I can be a part of in Annapolis. This is about protecting the children.
The day after FOX45 broke this story, Mangione requested a bill be drafted to prevent this type of situation from happening again. Maryland's Constitution guarantees a public education for all students. Currently, under Maryland law, a juvenile sex offender who is not on the sex offender registry cannot be removed from a school unless there is an imminent threat of serious harm to the health and safety of other students and staff. Mangione says if a student is already convicted of a serious crime, that should constitute an imminent threat. Mangione's proposed bill would create a list of juvenile offenses, including second-degree rape, that would bar a student from attending school in person. Instead, other educational options would be available, such as virtual learning or homeschooling.
This has certainly got my attention.
Senate President Ferguson could not comment on Mangione's proposed legislation. It's still being drafted, but he said he's conducting his own investigation to find out how a rapist could end up in a public school in the city that he represents.
If there's a 15-year-old that has a convicted second-degree rape, something's not going well, and there is a real serious major intervention that is necessary, because the last thing in the world that can happen is to see it happen again.
Ferguson, who is a former Baltimore City teacher, said he plans to gather details from city schools, the Department of Juvenile Services, and the courts to find out exactly what led to the student being allowed in Patterson High School, and if laws need to be changed to stop it from happening again. He plans to change them.
You know, it's something we really want to understand what's happening, and if there are places where the law has to be adjusted, then we have to do it. This is something that I can understand where people's, especially the family of the victim, it just is incomprehensible. And so we want to see if there is something that we can do. We want to pursue it.
The 2024 legislative session in Annapolis ends on April 10th. Lawmakers have 65 days.
And this is not a partisan bill. As a matter of fact, I think this is something that all Marylanders can come together and agree on.
Project Baltimore has reached out to every member of the Maryland General Assembly asking if they support legislation that would require parental notification when a juvenile who is found to have committed a sex offense or other violent crime is attending a Maryland public school. We also asked, should parents have been notified that a rapist was attending Patterson High School? We'll be following the responses from lawmakers and keep you updated. I'm Chris Papps, and this is Project Baltimore.
Last week, we asked viewers, should parents be told when a sex offender is attending a public school? 98% of those who responded said yes.
Project Baltimore wants to hear from you. Do you have a story to share about your child's education or a concern you'd like our team to investigate? Call the tip line on your screen or send an email to projectbaltimore@foxbaltimore.com. You can also find us on social media.
I'm Chris Pabst. Thanks for watching. Here's another story to watch. Also, if you have a story idea, please send us a message.